Good morning, Europe. Good afternoon, Asia. Welcome to our session, Preparations for the Frankfurt Book Fair for Exhibitors. This is a webinar where we would like to introduce you to some preparations you should be doing now and later and at the fairgrounds. Let me give you some information regarding technical things. This webinar is going to be sent to you as a PDF after the session, and it will be, as it is recorded, on our website later. So you can access it during the next months if you would like to have a look what we've been saying and explaining. In the background, we have some colleagues. Let me first introduce myself. I'm Hanife Ichten from the Frankfurt Book Fair, and I take care of most of the English language world, plus Turkey, Azerbaijan, Cyprus, and Greece. There are a few colleagues in the background. They will say hello, and then Charlotte will say a few words regarding herself. She will be conducting you through the webinar. So whoever is in the background will just say hello. You might recognize some of these key account managers who are taking care of you guys. So there is Dorothea and Nicole, and Cornelia is there. I don't see her at the moment. Okay, she's there as well.
Everyone's there.
Very good. Thank you so much. We have the option to ask questions in our Q&A. So if you, during the webinar, realize that there is some urgent question you have, please put it into the Q&A, and our colleagues in the chat will speak to you and tell you and reply if they have the answers. So Charlotte, would you like to say a few words regarding yourself, and then we'll start with the content.
Yes, thank you very much. So welcome to everybody who is joining us this morning. I'm Charlotte Boschen. I'm in charge of a few exhibitors from Germany, Austria, and France at the book fair, and it's my third year, and I'm honored to moderate this session for you guys with Hanife. Should we start?
Yes, let's start. So we have actually 3 parts in this webinar. First of all, we would like to talk about the preparations during the coming months, during the summer. Then we will speak to you about the stand equipment and whatever needs to be done for your presentation at the Frankfurt Book Fair. And the third part is about tips for the Frankfurt Book Fair so that you feel you are very prepared when you start your travels. So what is new at the Frankfurt Book Fair this year? We have 2 important informations for you. First of all, you know that in earlier years, book sales was either possible during events or at the weekend. From this year onwards, book sales is actually possible as well from Wednesday onwards. If you are selling your books, you will be finding that even the trade visitors who are in Frankfurt for business-to-business contacts might be interested in buying books. But please be aware, if you do not want to sell your products at the stand, then just put a sign clearly saying that you're not interested in sales. So people would not disturb you while you are having your appointments. The next information, which is quite new this year, is that the public is allowed to the Frankfurt Book Fair grounds already on Friday, 10 a.m. You know that as exhibitors, you can arrive at the fairgrounds already at 8. Most trade visitors come at 9, and the public is allowed on Friday at 10, so that all these people do not disturb each other while entering the fairgrounds. Okay, let's go ahead with the logins. Charlotte will talk to you about the logins and how the logins for the Frankfurt Book Fair website work.
Absolutely. Thank you. So the logging overview is quite important because we are in a particular situation as Frankfurter Buchmesse. Frankfurter Buchmesse is organizing the event Frankfurter Buchmesse on the fairground from Messe Frankfurt, which is another company. And actually we are renting the hall and infrastructure and also the ticket system from Messe Frankfurt. So with this overview, we wanted to explain to you why there are two different logins for services for the fair. On one side, you have the login for Messe Frankfurt, where you will find the shop for exhibitor services and the ticket portal. In the shop for exhibitor services, you will be able to order things like Wi-Fi or an additional fridge or some particular lights and even decoration, stuff like that. And in the ticket portal, you will be able to manage all your tickets for your staff, but also guests you might want to invite. This is the services we are cooperating with Messe Frankfurt. On the other side, we have our own platform, which is called Frankfurt Connect. This is another login because it belongs to us, the Frankfurter Buchmesse. In this platform, which is accessible all year around, you have access to your own company profile. It is something like your digital business card for the event Frankfurter Buchmesse. So last week, we contacted members of your staff who are admin for Frankfurt Connect to invite them to make their first login into the platform and take care of the company profile. This can be something like uploading a logo, adding a description text about your company, adding activities and interest categories to your company to access the matchmaking and upload your events. We hope that this overview is helpful to you because we get a lot of questions about the different logins. And now within this webinar, we will have a closer look to all three different portals here: Frankfurt Connect, Shop for Exhibitor Services, and also the ticket portal. But let's start with Frankfurt Connect. So as I said previously, Frankfurt Connect is the digital platform around our 5-day event. Every exhibitor at the fair has an access to Frankfurt Connect with the package called Basic. This access is including a few features and services, but they are, as the name says, quite basic. You can add a description for your company, a logo, you can add events, you can add team members, etc. You might ask yourself, who in my company is able to access this platform now? I'm not quite aware. Well, in your registration form, we asked about several contacts, and the admin for Frankfurt Connect, as you can see here on the picture, we asked for that. And this email address we used last week to contact the admin with the initial login. So from now on, the platform is online for everybody. And one person in your company, if you don't remember who, please check your registration form, has received an email with the first login password. And from now on, the platform is accessible, and it's really easy within the platform to name further deputies if you want to share the admin rights and say, my colleague in charge of event is going to enter the event in the platform. I make her a deputy. My colleague in charge of something else is going to address something else in the platform. I make him as a deputy, etc. We also have two other packages called Eco and Pro. They include other services and features which can be very interesting, like uploading a marketing video or uploading a logo within the whole plan we have on the platform, which makes a great marketing addition to your communication plan for Frankfurter Buchmesse. And yes, everything is on our website if you want more information about that topic. And your key account managers are also aware of the different features for each package.
And
And
Charlotte, I would like to add one thing. I think it's high time to have a look in the package you have booked. And if you are very interested in upgrading your packages, we would be delighted to do so, especially when you have a product or many products which you really want to feature this year in Frankfurt. Then booking one of the bigger packages would be quite feasible, as then you are allowed to upload them on the website and do some direct marketing. Just be aware of that, because the basic package does not include uploading products on the website.
Yeah, not at all. That's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go on.
It is still Frankfurt Connect. For the first orientation or introduction to the platform, we built a little step-by-step manual that you can find in the menu under the description Frankfurt Connect First Steps. And it's quite a comfortable manual because you get a small explanation text from us on one side of the screen, and on the same website you are able to make the entries for the exhibitor profile, the admin and the team members, the speakers and the event, as you can see here. We also have some particular explanation for exhibitors who booked a pro package, for example, to how to upload a banner. But we believe that this introduction and the first steps are going to be very comfortable and helpful for you to make all the entries you need about your company profile. If after this introduction manual you still have open questions, please do not hesitate to contact support-connect@buchmesse.de. There might be one or two specific cases that we did not explain in this very general manual. So that's about Frankfurt Connect. Now we could have a look at the exhibitor ticket profile, because now in the summer, one question that exhibitors have is, how do I make sure that my staff, or if you are bringing an author, or if you want to invite a trade visitor that you really want to meet, how do you make sure as an exhibitor that everyone gets his ticket? For that, we are following a bit the same logic as Frankfurt Connect. So within the registration file, we ask for an admin. And this email address we contacted also last week with the login information for the portal. But please remember, it is the portal from Messe Frankfurt. It's a different one. But you received all the information and you are able to make the Messe login now. Once you've accessed the platform, let's say you are several colleagues on this ticket topic, you are able to name further deputies also in this ticket portal. So you are not alone for this responsibility. You can share it with colleagues. And this is possible with the little icon where you can see a little pen to make the correction for the deputies.
Very good. As you can see here on the...
Yeah, as you can see on picture 3. And within the portal, you will find your exhibitor passes, because each exhibitor receives an amount of exhibitor passes that is free of costs for you. For example, 4 square meter stands receives 2 exhibitor passes, which are included in the registration. And the bigger the stand, the more passes you will receive. And it is possible for you to create the passes for your team and to send the pass as a personalized pass to the email addresses for your team.
And
You,
one note, Charlotte, remember the number of the exhibitor passes which you receive included in your stand is on your order confirmation.
Yeah, you can check
Just remember
there.
if you want to see how many passes you are entitled to receive.
But I believe you would see that in the portal as well,
Actually, as well.
probably.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's also on the portal.
yeah. But if, yeah, exactly. If you are looking for that information, you have two possibilities to check, either the order confirmation or within the platform. You can also manage your tickets at any time, as you can see here on picture number 2, and you can download them again or make an amendment to the passes that are already generated. This is very comfortable and flexible. This year, it's also possible, or since last year, I believe, it is also possible to upload an Excel sheet from your from your files into the portal, and then the portal will automatically personalize the amount of passes you have in the Excel sheet. So that's really comfortable. You don't have to individually personalize the passes, and it saves a good amount of time. Next, we have the question. Yeah, very good. That's how I tricked my own brain. I added a few stars here to remember to say that in the portal, you also have access to the trade visitor tickets, the private visitors tickets, and the setup and dismantling passes that also play a big role in the preparation to the fair. So as you can see, within one portal, you have access to all our ticket sorts of ticket, and it's really comfortable to manage all of them. And now we will have a look at the trade visitor cards, because as an exhibitor, you can, for example, buy a few trade visitor cards that you can send to your contacts, to the contacts you really want to meet at the fair. You can either create a ticket code or a ticket link and send this to your trade visitor contact. He will then, the contact will then register on the platform and transform the ticket code or the ticket link into a personalized ticket. That's on picture 2. And on picture 3, we wanted to let you have a look at the overview, because within the ticket portal, as an exhibitor, you can see at all times which kind of tickets are issued, registered, and also after the fair, which kind of tickets are used. That's a really helpful overview for you. So that's
Okay.
the part about the logins. Now
Now,
we have another topic, Hanife,
yes,
which you are the master of.
let's let's speak about visa. You know that some countries require a visa for Germany. Once you receive the PDF after the session, you will see the link overview of visa requirements for Germany. So if you are not aware of the visa regulations for your country, then please have a look there. And what we do as Frankfurt Book Fair to help you to receive a visa to come to the Frankfurt Book Fair as an exhibitor, or even making sure that some of your colleagues might need a visa, even if yourself you don't, then we have a colleague in the visa department who will send you an Excel list, or your key account manager can send you the Excel list, which you fill out with all your details. And with those details, we'd write a invitation letter, send it to you. You'll print that out and put it to your documentation for the Frankfurt Book Fair. The embassies of Germany or the consulate generals normally only need your contract with us, the invoices which are paid, your passport, and this invitation letter. So please inform us if you need an invitation letter. We are very happy to help to get a visa as soon as possible. And remember, that takes some time. The consulate generals and the embassies are quite busy with issuing visas for Germany. So speak to them now in July. It's high time because they need some time to issue those visas. We have also here the link to the Federal Foreign Office where you get all the information. Our next topic, just a second, it went back. This was all about preparations during the summer. Now we would like to speak to you about the planning of the Frankfurt Book Fair and checking if your stand equipment is already, ready to go. And first of all, let me explain to you what you do when you arrive at the Frankfurt Book Fair and find that there is something major missing in your stand. As soon as you arrive at the fairgrounds, you will go and see if your stand is already finished, if everything is fine and set, and if not, we have a exhibitor service desk in hall 4.C. That is the level between 4.0 and 4.1. It's the mezzanine level. And we have also a hotline which you can use from your stand if you are not able to leave your stand. But please speak to our colleagues. Most of us who you just saw and other key account managers are actually there trying to help our exhibitors who might have a last minute urgent issue. And here are also the opening hours. We already open on the Thursday before the fair, which is a whole week before the fair. And here are the times, which we will be also in the PDF, which we are sending out later.
May I add a small note? So the Q&A is already rolling here. That's a really good news. Don't hesitate to use that tool. It's really helpful for us. And as Hanife said, we are always there for you, especially on the fairground. But if you have any questions until the fair, do not hesitate either today to use the Q&A or to contact us via the exhibition email address.
Exactly, I forgot that one.
Which is
very good.
exhibition@buchmesse.de. There you can contact the whole pool of key account managers.
All right, let's carry on. Oops, this is really quite, my mouse is not really working well today. Now, we would like to say a few words about the furniture and stand equipment for your system stand. There are different possibilities to book stands in Frankfurt Book Fair. Either you book the modular system, which we call a system stand. We have the classic version, the glow version, the smart and the gallery version. Remember, only if you have booked the furniture and light packages, you will receive the ones which you have booked. If there is something missing in your stand and you are sure you had booked those packages and these are not at your stand, then the place to go is the exhibitor service desk in 4C. But any other than that, you need to book one of the packages to have the furniture in your stand, plus the electricity. You will find the plug for electricity in your ceiling grid, and please bring an extension cable with you because you will not find them at the stand. If you want to buy an extension cable at the fairgrounds, there are supermarkets where you can do that, or even a shopping center right at the fairgrounds where you can go and get an extension cable. Okay. Would you like to add something, Charlotte? Did I forget something?
No, it was perfect.
Okay. On the next page, I would like to give you some information about the custom-built stands. These are the stands our exhibitors build themselves or let them built by stand builders, contractors, who would then take care of everything, the electricity, the carpeting, the stand material, the walls, the shelving, etc. And for those stands, we require a plan, which we are then checking regarding the measurements, the heights, and if everything is done according to the stand you have booked. And for that, please send in the plans until August 1. So July would be the month of the year where most of our stand building companies send us the plans so that we can actually check them if they are correct. And you may find some more information on our website regarding your trade fair preparation, like setup times and vehicle access. If your stand material has to arrive at the fairgrounds before the opening days, then please make sure that you see that on our website, how that all works, or ask your key account manager. They will actually give you all the information as well and send you the link to our website. Okay. One thing I would like to mention as well is that those plans we require actually for bigger stands. So most of the stands which are bigger than 40 square meters would require a stand plan. If you are smaller than that, then it's not necessary. All right. Accessibility. You know that Frankfurt Book Fair always has been a fair for everybody. We do have a team who takes care of potential barriers. So we've been working on this for a long time now to make sure that everybody can access the Frankfurt Book Fair without any issues and without any edges and steps. So this is a very important issue to us. And if you realize that something is not working well at the fairgrounds, please come and speak to us at 4C. This is a very important issue to us. Oh, yes. I think Charlotte would like to tell you a little about the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I can do that. So yeah, Wi-Fi becomes more and more important, of course, for the fair days, for the trade days at the fair. And we wanted to make a quick update. Messe Frankfurt has been working on the quality of the Wi-Fi. And there will be Wi-Fi for all of our exhibitors and visitors during the fair. It's a common Wi-Fi that you can log in for free, which is really accessible. But we want to let you know that the more visitors we have on the fairground, the more risk there is that the Wi-Fi isn't very stable. This is why we recommend to use this general or common Wi-Fi to check your emails or to have a WhatsApp text or anything like that. But once you know that you want to show a particular video or something that requires a more stable connection to the Wi-Fi, even if you are selling books, for example, with an electronic card reader, then our recommendation would be to book your own stand's internet access, which is something that you can book via Messe Frankfurt. The email address is linked here, telecommunication@messefrankfurt.com. And sometimes we know that exhibitors with a custom build stand or exhibitors working with a stand contractor want to set up their own router. This is absolutely possible, but only if it is registered in advance by Messe Frankfurt. Otherwise, if there is a control or anything which might happen, Messe Frankfurt is allowed to, I'm not sure how to say it, to bring down or to stop the router. And we don't want that for you, of course. And it's really easy with the registration during the summer to inform Messe Frankfurt that you will be setting up your own router. It's free of costs to do that registration. So please, to avoid a bad surprise during the setup days or the first day of the fair, just take a bit of time to to organize also your Wi-Fi.
Okay.
I think I did not forget anything,
No,
Hanife, or okay.
perfect, perfect. Okay, now we would like to speak a little about our service contractors, which we have as a list on the website. You might have already seen this list because it is quite important if you need help at your stand regarding catering, or as Charles explained, regarding the internet. You should have a fire extinguisher in your stand. This is something our service contractors take care of. You can book some graphics which are put up on your stand. If you, for example, would like to upgrade your System Stand Classic, then you might not want to have a stand builder doing it, but a company who just takes care of your graphic requirements. Then you can book some extra media equipment like a screen, for example. And also the parking spaces are organized by a service contractor. They are also on this list on our website, and also the logistics, obviously. How do you access the Frankfurt Book Fair? How do I find my hall? All that information is here under the service contractors and the fair preparations. Okay. If you realize that you did not order something you really need at your stand, then it is high time until the middle of August, I would say. I know that some customers decide later that they want to change their furniture, etc. That is also possible. But be aware of the shop for exhibitor services needing at least 5 working days to present a code to you so that you can go to the Messe shop and order whatever you need as an extra. And the customer service by Messe Frankfurt is there for you most of the week. And here is their email address, which will be also then in the PDF. And here on the little snipple, it's explained how you register a stand for your company so that you can actually access the Messe shop and order these extra services. Okay. Now, let's talk about the setup days, access and dismantling. I think this is still my turn, Charlotte. The setup days are the Monday and the Tuesday before the fair. So the 13th of October and 14th of October. You may access the fairgrounds at 7 a.m. in the morning and leave at late as 10 p.m. in the evening. Be sure that your stand construction, if it's the System Stand Classic, is on us. We build the stands, so there is not much you need to do, and that's why it's not really necessary to arrive earlier than the Monday. You can put up your books. If you find that the stand is not very clean and there is some issues with the furniture, then please come to our service desk in 4.C. They will help you. Either they exchange the furniture or send a cleaning troop and they'll clean your stand again. And to arrive at the fairgrounds, the exhibitor passes allow you to enter the fairgrounds already on Monday, but you might have some help by people who are not the exhibitors. And for those people, please print up a setup pass And for the dismantling pass, you can put their names on those printed documents, and they can access the fairgrounds with them. So they would not need an exhibitor pass themselves. If you would like to access the Frankfurt Book Fair with a vehicle, then please do an advanced online check-in. That would make it easier for you because we need to know how many vehicles would like to arrive at the Agora to go to the halls and bring their stuff. It might be your books, but it's also important for custom built stands who bring their stand material to build the stands. The dismantling happens on Sunday, which is the last day of the fair, 19th of October, from 5:30 p.m. onwards. We do not allow any vehicles to the fairgrounds before that. And to make sure this is all not chaotic and everything is settled fine, the vehicles arriving at the north of the fairgrounds, it's Rebstockgelände, a very German word, very sorry for that. They are coming from this parking site and they line up and they are one by one led to the fairgrounds so that it's all easy and organized for everybody to get their stuff again back from the fair wherever they then go, either to their countries or sometimes to a depot somewhere close by. I think that's all for the setup days, Charlotte, but if you have any more information which I forgot, please.
I'm not missing anything, no.
Okay, now let's go on with the stand delivery and the storage. As of Monday 13th, if you want to receive some of your products, your books, whatever you have at your stand, then there should be somebody taking care of the delivery. If you are not able to be at your stand, then you can either speak to our forwarding agent. They are on our websites. They would take care also about the custom clearance, and they would also store your products and then bring them to the stand once you have arrived at the fairgrounds. If your delivery is a small delivery, then please speak to the cargo center of Messe Frankfurt. They will also help you store your products, and then you can pick it up at the cargo center and bring it to your stand. And important is, regarding the cargo center, that you always put in your name of the company, the hall and the stand number. And remember, the fairgrounds of Frankfurter Buchmesse is Ludwig-Erhard-Anlage. And it's not the address which you see in our signatures when we write emails to you, because when the fair starts, we actually move as a company to the fairgrounds. Okay, I think
that was really clear. Yeah,
very clear. Now, the traffic regulation during the fair. If you need a parking space, then please ask for a parking space, book it in advance through the shop, which I just explained. And you might want to be close to your hall. They will inform you in which area your parking space is, and they would get back to you as soon as they can. But please ask for the parking space very early, because sometimes we run out of them. Okay. There is another chance to come to the fairgrounds if you just want to deliver something quickly and then leave the fairgrounds. That would possibly be important for caterers. And for that, we have those 2-hour slots against cash deposit. So you leave at the door, which you enter the fairgrounds, 100 euros. And once you are back in those 2 hours and leave through the same gate, then you get your money back. That's what we call the interim vehicle access. And there is some detailed information as well on our website. And you might also would like to read some more information for the fair preparation here. Okay. Maybe I should remind you that the interim vehicle access is not possible on the Sunday, because Sunday in the afternoon is the day where really the dismantling starts, and then it gets a little chaotic. That's why it's only possible from Wednesday to Saturday.
Mhm.
So, okay. Now, we are nearly at the end of our presentation. We would like to give you some tips for the book fair week so that you are well prepared and also enjoy yourself and get not stressed out. Let's start with the whole plan, Charlotte.
Yes, so we wanted to give you an overview about the fair. Most of you are probably already exhibitors for some years at Frankfurter Buchmesse, but however, there are a few changes every year within the halls. And for those who will be at the fair for the first year in October, it's important to have some orientation because the fairground is much bigger than you would think it is. I will start with pointing out the entrances. We have two main entrances at the fair that are connected to the public transportation. One is called Entrance City. You can see it here on the very right part of the plan with the little blue U, which is the
Metro.
metro. And on the other side of the whole, no, fairground, actually, we have the other entrance, which is the entrance tour house, also connected to the public transportation via S-Bahn, which is something like a rail, yeah, a high-speed rail, not really high-speed, but like regional rail service. So depending on where you will be living, where your hotel is, we recommend to check if it's more convenient for you to enter via the S-Bahn or the U-Bahn, depending on where your stand and hotel are. Since last year, we have the hall 1.2 in the fair, which is the hall dedicated to mainly German, but not only, it's also a bit international, to the topic young adult and romance and fantasy. Then following the Via Mobile, you access the Forum, which is the pavilion where our guest of honor, this year it's the Philippines, will have their cultural exhibition. Please remember that the guest of honor will be has a different stance this year. There is the cultural exhibition in the forum on the first floor, but there is also the national stand in 5.1, and there is a comic stand for the Philippines in the 6.1 area. Then to give you a few more ideas of the hall. Hall 3 is mainly dedicated to the German publishers, children's books, general literature, how do you call that again? Self-help books, exactly. And a few stages from our main leading German media and newspapers. Then in hall 4 on the ground, 4.0, you have the publishing partners, which are the contractors or partners for the publishers. And in 4.1, we have a lot of international exhibitors with their national stands, such as the Baltic states, the Nordic countries, but also Southern Europe. In hall 6, 60 and 61, we mainly have English-speaking exhibitors from literature, also I believe education, children's book, comics, and art books. And 6.2, we have the probably well-known Literary Agent and Scout Center, which is closed to the public, and you are only allowed in if you have an invitation from an agent or an appointment with an agent. And finally, in hall 5.0, you have the Romance languages, so Spain, Italy, France, also South America and Turkey, and Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan. And in hall 5.1, you have, as I already said, the Philippines, but also other Asian countries going from, yes, China to, I believe, Korea, etc. Vietnam also we have. And next to all those halls with the exhibitors, we have the Congress Center, which is
Next
an
door.
area
Yeah.
where there are conference rooms and a lot of events. So you might want to check on that also. And in the middle, you have the
Yeah.
Agora
Yes. And
with the food trucks.
Charlotte, exactly. That's very important. The food trucks are really, really nice. There's
Yeah.
very nice food on the Agora. But Dorothea just reminded me to mention that if you want to go to the shopping mall, then you really are leaving the fairgrounds. It's in between hall 3 and 1. So you should have your exhibitor pass with you. It's just a
Always.
walk of 3 minutes. For example, if you want to buy some flowers for your lovely key account manager, then you can leave the fairgrounds, go to get some flowers, and then have your exhibitor pass with you to enter the fairgrounds again. Okay, I think that's about the whole plan, right?
Yes, I think that was quite comprehensive. Yeah.
Yes, let's carry on then with the tips for the book fair week. Now, if you have many appointments, you might not have the chance to actually wander around the book fair, which will show you a lot of new trends and new encounters. And it is important that you also see things which you were not, prepared for. Serendipity in Frankfurt Book Fair is a very, very important, lovely possibility to find out about new contacts and new partners and new customers. So you should have some time, not only between appointments, but also to wander around at the fairgrounds. The openings hours are from 9 to 6:30. Only on Sunday we have the closing at 5:30 because the dismantling has to start. But you as an exhibitor can access the fairgrounds with your exhibitor pass already at 8 to prepare your stand for the incoming visitors.
You know what, Hanife? I
Yes,
forgot to mention something in the whole plan. At each entrance, we have fast lanes for the exhibitors also.
exactly.
So do not be worried, even if you arrive at 9 at one day because your boss said so, that you can sleep 1 hour more on the Friday, let's say. And then all the trade visitors are also at the entrance and it might be a bit crowded. Just look for the fast lane because as an exhibitor, you go through much quicker.
Yeah, because a lot of trade visitors actually come already at 30
Yes.
because they want to get in at 0.9, which is difficult when there is a big line. So exhibitors can just walk past and just go through the fast lane. Very good, Charlotte,
Yes.
that you remember that. Yes, we said that the fair opens to the general public already on Friday, 10 a.m. You know that, but as an exhibitor, you arrive at 8 o'clock, the trade visitors come at 9, and the public arrives at 10. And we would like to remind you again about the book sales. And if you do not want to sell anything at your stand, discounts also for software companies and publishing partners, then just have a little sign on your stand saying that you are not selling anything. Okay, then the next list is about very practical tips for the Frankfurt Book Fair. Do remember, do not buy any new shoes for the fairgrounds. You'll be running around a lot. You might get very tired, and new shoes do not help you feeling well. So rather comfortable shoes if possible, and drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. We have some water stations at the fairgrounds. You will also find them on the fair guide. And then you can always access free water. That's important. Have always something little to eat in your little purse, an energy bar or some cough drops would be very handy. And as I already said, have some time to wander around. And you know, we have very, very nice stages with great professional programs at the fairgrounds. You should really reserve yourself some time to listen and to meet people at those events. Um, and yes, meet friends, and you will, you know, meet colleagues maybe, and find it very interesting to talk to them, and you didn't even know that we're at the Frankfurt Book Fair. So this is also something which is great, to be able to catch up with people you might not have expected. Okay, I think, Charlotte, you would like to talk about the Frankfurt Connect app.
Yes,
Um,
it's also something like a tip from us because, you know, as an introduction, we mentioned the Frankfurt Connect platform. It's online already as a browser application, but it will also be an app. It will be available for the book fair, so sometime in September, and you can have the exhibitor directory, the calendar of events, the messe guide, the whole plan, your own appointments, the events you marked as a favorite in your timesheet, etc. It's a very handy app. We would recommend downloading it. It's available for iOS and Androids. At some point in September, you will receive an email from us, and this is, yeah, it's like the Buchmesse guide in your pocket at all times. So it's really the most advantage tip we can give you at the end of this webinar.
Charlotte, did you mention that the restaurants are listed as well?
No,
Uh,
I did not, but that's a good,
yeah,
yeah,
that's very important. The restaurants and the little supermarkets, there are at least 5 supermarkets at the fairgrounds, and they are
absolutely.
also listed here. So it's easy to find and, you know, very handy.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Um,
Yes.
yes. On the last page, we have a list of important um, subjects you should, you know, have a look at. What, you know, happens with your digital presence, how you could
Mm-hmm.
upgrade, and what exactly are the contents of the digital packages. And then the list with all the preparations for the Frankfurt Book Fair, and the service contractors. We have spoken about all this. And as Charlotte already mentioned, if you have questions which you want to be answered very, very quickly, write to exhibition@buchmesse.de or to your key account manager. And for the Frankfurt Connect issues, you might write to supportconnect@buchmesse.de. And we also have here listed a phone number and also a phone number during the setup days and the fair days. Yes, I
Absolutely,
think
yes.
we've said everything important, I hope.
Yes.
Um, I just would like to thank you all. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I enjoyed this a lot. I hope we did not forget anything important. Just a quick question to our colleagues in the background. Is there anything you want us to answer um, directly so that the whole group hears it?
Yeah, we would have a few more minutes for
We have a few
live
more
questions
minutes
if there
for
are
exactly.
any. There is one question actually, how do I find my account manager?
Oh, first of all, when you receive your order confirmation, then your account manager is in that email as well. That's
Copied, no? As a
copied.
CC.
That's the first thing. The second thing, we tend to write to you a lot. So I assume that your account manager already has contacted you. This would be the person. But if you cannot find it either in your order confirmation nor in your email, then write to exhibition at. We will answer and reply quickly and tell you who your key account manager is.
Yes, that would be
Very good.
my advice as well.
Yeah. Okay. So you have three possibilities to find out, and this should be not something difficult.
Mhm.
Okay.
We do have one more question just entering. Are there food vendors on site, especially coffee?
Oh, yes, there are many.
Yes.
You have Messe snack points, you have cafes in most of the halls, you have cafes outside of the hall, and obviously very good coffee as well on the Agora. And these are all also listed in the Frankfurt app, which will be online. I mean, it is online already, but the app will be there at the end of September, I think. Okay.
We still have a comment from our colleague Cornelia.
Okay.
Um, yeah, if you have the possibility to manage your time and to bring your own snacks and foods, or even to go out in another restaurant which is not especially on the fairground, you
Okay.
will probably gain some time because the queues are sometimes very long in the restaurant fairs, and there might also be a bit more expensive than the restaurants around the fairground, but this really depends on your time in the day and the amount of appointments you will have. But yeah, it's always a good idea, especially also in the evening, to have a look where to find a good restaurant to have a rest and a good solid yeah how do you say Speise,
Healthy food. Yeah.
healthy food.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also a tip from our colleague Cornelia here in the Q&A for you. Yes, I think we still have 2 or 3 minutes if there is any one
Live
a
question,
live
which
question.
we are able to reply to. We would be happy to do so.
Otherwise, thank you for spending this hour with us. Huh? That's
Yes,
that's
that
a
was
really
great. Thank
good
you so much.
feedback from us for us. Um, Okay, we still have one more question. Oh, we have someone writing Dankeschön, which is really nice. Thank you
You're
to you
welcome.
for spending the hour with us. But the last question we have here in the Q&A today is, are there any provisions for VIP visits?
Oh,
Which I
we
don't.
have actually a department which we call protocol. And if you have visitors at your stand who are VIPs, then they will be taking care of these from this department. Inform your key account manager regarding the persons and the names and when the slot is or the day is of their visit, and we will take care of them. And we sometimes have also tours for these VIPs. So we take care of them and take them through the halls and explain what the Frankfurt Book Fair is about, because some VIPs, especially if they are, from politics
Mhm.
or any other kind of VIPs who might not be in the industry, they might actually need some explanation. So please contact your key account manager, inform them, and then we'll take care of these VIPs.
Okay, thank you, Hanifi. We are receiving even more questions now, so I'd say we take 1 or 2 minutes more
Oh
to
yeah, sure,
answer
go
them.
ahead.
Are
Yeah,
you okay with?
yeah,
Okay.
I'm fine.
So here there is a specific Frankfurt Connect question. Will the information shared be available to everyone? For example, the email address. I noticed there is an organizational section also when you assign administrators within the platform. Is it so that they can make changes to it? So, Hanifi, I can answer that question
Yes,
if that's
please go
okay for
ahead.
you.
You are the expert.
So regarding Frankfurt Connect, yes, some of the information you are entering in your company profile are available to everyone, but it does not include your personal email address. So be reassured on that. It can include the homepage of your company, but we have, a message service within the platform. This is why your email will not be shown, because it is possible to contact you within the platform. If you want to share your email with someone, just go ahead, write them a short message within the platform sharing your email, but it's really up to you. And in Germany, we take data confidentiality very seriously. So this is not something that everyone is going to see on the platform. And then for the second part of the question, yes, when you assign administrators within the platform, they actually have all the same rights as the initial admin. So it's a very big responsibility, I would say, because this other admin can do everything. They can change the logo, they can change the text, they can upload the events, they can do absolutely everything that the initial admin can do too. So be aware of that when you are introducing a colleague to Frankfurt Connect as an admin. It's a very big role. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that's about Frankfurt Connect. And then, yes, and then at the
There
moment,
are
there
no
is
more
no more
questions.
questions.
Yeah.
But as we said, even though we will be stopping the webinar for today, we are still there for you. You can write us directly if we are your key account manager. Hi to my exhibitors if there are anyone here today. And otherwise, please just contact exhibition@buchmesse.de.
And we are very happy to welcome you in October. And if you recognize us on the fairgrounds, just say hello and tell us how you found our How to Do today. We will be doing one again today in the afternoon for the rest of the world, because, time zones are an issue. And while we are still in the morning here in Europe, you are already in your late afternoon. Yes, I think it's been a great hour with you guys. And I think all my other colleagues would like to say goodbye as well. Just turn on your cameras and yes,
Thank you for your
thank
amazing
you.
job in the Q&A.
Yes, thank you so much.
Bye
Thank
bye,
you all and
everyone.
goodbye.
See you in October.